Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to the Pipe Report. So, some people commented that they couldn't really hear me. Well, that was on a different microphone, and I didn't really play with my input settings. Now I'm back in my apartment, so I have my usual microphone. In the past, though, people have said they had trouble hearing me, so I increased the sensitivity of it. So, let me know how this sounds now. It should be fine, but also, I got a new computer chair. So no more, you shouldn't hear squeaking anymore. You can maybe hear that right now, but that's me breaking it in, but oh yeah, it's quite lovely. But I digress. Here's an article. So an ethics committee has opened an inquiry into Franken. Now before everyone gets all happy about this, you should know that the ethics committee has never, ever booted anybody from the Senate, or from the House for that matter. An ethics committee is irrelevant because they don't actually do anything. It's not like it's an employer HR department that if an allegation gets brought upon somebody, they do an investigation, and if there's reasonable cause, they fire that individual. No, it has nothing to do with that. Ethics committee is basically just icing on the cake. It's all perception. It's all bark and no bite, put that way. No matter what they even find regarding Al Franken, they're not going to tell him to step down, and Al Franken's not going to step down. There's one key difference between those in the media being accused of sexual assault and those in Congress being accused of sexual assault. Those in the media, like Bill O'Reilly, Matt Lauer, the handful of others, no longer work at their respected media organizations. They have resigned or been fired. Those in Congress, however, are still dictating legislation. These people are still in office, are still passing laws that affect you and me. That says something. Power corrupts, and they don't want to lose their power. People like Al Franken, who should not be in Congress, who probably shouldn't even have won in the first place since he actually lost his original Senate run, but the recount then had him win by like 300 votes. So he lost, he demands a recount, then he all of a sudden wins. And I don't really buy that either, but people like him shouldn't even be here. This ethics probe, although looks good, nothing's going to come of this. At worst, they may say something of the lines like, although there is circumstantial evidence indicating Franken may have been involved in some illicit, or not necessarily illicit, but in some type of immoral behavior, there is not enough for the ethics committee to say in a concrete fashion that Al Franken should resign. It'll be something like that. And then Al Franken will use this as his scapegoat to stay in power. He'll say, you see, I wanted an ethics probe. I wanted an ethics investigation into me. And look, they even came up with what I came up with. Some things may have happened, but it wasn't that bad. I apologize, and let's move on. And he might use this ethics probe to stay in power, when really he should resign. Here's a short article. I kind of went over what it was, but we'll read it quick. The Senate Ethics Committee has announced a preliminary inquiry into alleged sexual misconduct by Democratic Senator Al Franken. The committee released a statement on Thursday announcing the inquiry by its members, including Chairman Johnny Isakson and Vice Chairman Chris Coons. The committee is aware of the recent allegations against Al Franken, as well as the calls for an ethics investigation, the statement said. While the committee does not generally comment on pending matters or matters that may come before it, in this instance, the committee is publicly confirming that it has opened a preliminary inquiry into Senator Franken's alleged misconduct. 6 women have accused Franken of sexual misconduct. That's the gist of it. I think we'll see more about it. And I was talking with somebody the other day about this. I do like seeing the media swamp being drained. Like people like Matt Lauer, Bill O'Reilly, these people that have been accused of sexual assault. I do like seeing these perpetual newscasters, perpetual in the sense that they are giving their opinion, which is completely biased, but they've been doing it for 20-some years, that their wording is almost like God now. Like people follow it like gospel. I like seeing people being exposed, Hollywood being exposed for the filth that they are. However, I am waiting. I am waiting for Congress to be exposed. We're seeing the beginning of it. But I can't wait for all of these congressmen and senators who have been in power a long time, who have done outlandish and reprehensible things, to be exposed and to have to resign because of that exposure. This way, we can drain the swamp a different way. Get all these sick and twisted people out of Congress, and then we can vote in replacements, good replacements. For instance, for Missouri, if I have any subscribers from Missouri, vote for Austin Peterson for your Senate candidate. Do not go to John Hawley, who is the person that Mitch McConnell and the establishment Republicans want in. Go to somebody like Austin Peterson. We should fill up the upcoming openings in Congress with people that are not part of the establishment. So I am waiting. I am waiting for the swamp to start draining more and more in Congress and not so much on the media. It's a long time coming, and I believe it will happen sooner or later. And I'm done.